On this week's episode of the Vero Beach Social Media Pop-Up Podcast, we talk to Casey and Mo from SALT. We talk all things halotherapy, the ailments it can cure, and we may have gotten a little tipsy doing it. Shot live on location at the Row House in Vero Beach, Florida. Give it a listen. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. Here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Vero Beach Social Media Pop-Up Podcast. I am here with some folks from SALT. We have Casey and Mo. How are you guys today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. We're in a beautiful place here, the Row House.
Yes, we are.
The Arts District of Vero Beach, real close to downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really cool spot. So I want to thank those folks for having us.
Thanks, Brittany.
Yeah. Shout out. Holla.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So SALT, what is it? What is that?
What is it?
What's SALT, Casey?
SALT, it's a halotherapy spa. And halotherapy, halo being the Greek word for salt, that you can call it salt therapy, halotherapy. They're both very similar, but we're a salt spa, so we have salt rooms, similar to a salt cave, but not really a cave. So they're
room.
Yes. We have 3 rooms, 3 of the salt rooms. We have 2 private rooms. They're little smaller rooms. Then we have a group room as well. So you can bring multiple people, your friends, your family, up to 6 people, 6 or 7. But yeah, so that's pretty much.
Yeah. And then besides the SALT, we have other services. We do massages and reflexology right in the SALT rooms. And then we also do facials, and we have yoga and some like meditation classes as well.
All right, so I'm hearing a lot about SALT, and I'm hearing about all this cool stuff like yoga and meditations and all these rooms and all that, but what is a SALT room? Talk to me about SALT rooms,
so
or
I'll
halotherapy, to be
I'll give
Greek
you a
and
little
technical.
history background of salt therapy, because it started way back in the 1900s. The Polish physician discovered that all the salt miners had barely any respiratory issues, problems, as opposed to any of the other miners that were mining in any of the other caves. So he came up with, they came up with a generator, which is what we use for our salt rooms.
Full disclosure here, they are serving us drinks. I'm just letting the listeners know that. So thank you, Sailfish.
Cheers.
Also.
Yes.
Brittany
Cheers.
Sailfish, yeah. So those guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
the generators. So each room has a generator. We pour in it's called a medical grade salt, sodium chloride, 99% sodium chloride. We pour the salt into a generator. It sort of grinds it up and then pushes it into the room. And then you go in for a 45-minute session. You get like a nice neck pillow. You get a blanket. There's spa music overhead. You can bring headphones in, but you sort of just take a 45-minute break from the world. And then you get the benefits of this salt, which there's a lot of benefits.
But what's important, what you said, is that we're actually pumping the salt into the room, because there are other places that will say they're like a salt room.
And you see the pretty
just
brick walls.
Decorative. And we're actually pumping a salt into the room for you to inhale while you're in there. And that's what gives you the benefits of the salt.
So not only can I come into the room for 45 minutes and get this salt showered on me, basically, but you guys also have these other things that you do, like the yoga and the meditation, and while all that's happening?
Yeah, happening in the salt room with the salt running the whole time.
And I'm guessing there's added benefits to being able to do yoga in a salt room or having a massage in a salt room.
So we try to, one of the main things with salt is breathing. So it really helps with your breathing. It helps your lungs. That's one of the main things that it helps with. So obviously yoga and breathing go hand in hand. So we do yoga every Tuesday morning. We're trying to add maybe a night class here and there, but right now it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We've heard very good things. So
you were talking about the benefits of the lungs. I was talking to Gail, the woman that owns Salt,
yes,
and that's
Gail
a really
Bratton.
really cool story. Why don't you, one of you, tell me about Gail and
So,
how she bought the place
Gail's
and how
the
it
best.
started?
yeah, Gail And
I'm
a lot
gonna
of
keep
people.
drinking. So tell me a little bit about Gail.
So Gail Bratton, also Gail Bridwell, many know her in the community.
Yes.
She's very big in the community. She also owns another business, a cleaning company here in Vero. She bought Salt from the first owner about 2 years ago now, or maybe even 2.5. It was right before COVID.
Of course.
The worst
Yes.
time.
Which, thankfully, they did not have to close during COVID at all. But it sort of did start as a rocky start for her, buying it at that time.
Yeah, I'm sure people weren't excited about coming indoors.
Yeah,
and all that
I mean,
when it first
anywhere.
started. I get that.
But Salt, it's antibacterial, antifungal. It's one of the safest places you can be during a pandemic or something like this, where and it still brought in people during that time. So it's kind of a rough start for her, owning it. Being a business owner at that time, everybody sort of struggled, but we're sort of getting back.
But the reason she bought it is so cool.
Yes,
It's like
so-
she started as a client, and it was going up for sale, or it was gonna be like
They
maybe
were
closed
selling
or
it. So she
something.
had been a client for, I want to say, a year or two, like a while. And she went in, she had so many issues, just like
That
their
no one
doctors
could
couldn't figure out. She had a cough that she just, consistent
not
cough.
get rid of.
So she went into Salt, and they put her in one of the smaller rooms, and they ended up having to move her into the group room because she was so, like, coughing up so much.
Really?
So much. And to this day, it cured the cough. She hasn't gone back to her allergist for, or her regular doctors.
She also experienced like weight loss.
Yeah, weight loss, because it brought, she owns another business. I mean, this woman is like superwoman
never
in the
stops.
business world. She doesn't stop. Stress,
So
obviously.
she said that this like helped with her anxiety
Yes.
and just like chilling her out. So like she bought this place because she believed in it so much. She was a client there,
And
and
she
she was like,
needed
I
it.
need Salt in my life, and this place can't disappear. So like I'm gonna buy it because I need this so much.
I think that's like the greatest story, the greatest advertisement you can
It
ever make.
is.
Is to say, what was the old Hair Club for Men thing? Like, not only am I the president, I'm a member.
Yeah.
Salt.
So-
not only am I,
and she
the owner,
still
but I'm a
comes
member.
regularly,
Yes.
and she tells everyone her story, and that helps get people to try it, because it kind of sounds like a weird thing. Like, people are like, wait, like the first question, like, what is Salt?
Yeah, I hear salt, and I'm like, yeah, I have it on my
Yeah,
steak.
like, what is
But
what?
we get so many people that come in off of her story.
Yeah, because
That,
once you
Gail
try
told me
it,
about her story,
then
and I
you
just
get
have
it.
to
You have
come
to
in.
experience it.
Yes, you do. And I tell this to people all the time. I can sit here and explain Salt to you all day long and say, you go in this room, fills with salt. You
super
have to
relaxing.
come in and just try it for one time. It's just something that you need to experience one time.
Yeah.
And then you're hooked.
So where is salt? Where can I go get salt treatments?
So
Where are
we
you guys?
are at 1020 Easter Lily Lane. We're right by the beach. If you know, like Nino's or Citrus Grill, we're like
right in the
that
middle
plaza.
there. Yeah, right next to. We get a lot of people from Nino's. They'll go to lunch and
We can
and then
see the
come
water
in.
right from the front
Yes.
desk.
So it's all sort of goes together. Salt,
ocean,
beach.
Beautiful location.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's
Oh,
great.
Yes. You can't complain.
So if I want to come, do you guys offer packages? Like, if I just want to come once, I can pay and come once, or if I want to come for a
Yes.
month,
Yep.
how's that work?
So we just started, which is really exciting, a membership. So sort of like a gym membership. You can come in unlimited sessions, and then just a monthly fee. And it's super cheap.
Yeah,
Like-
like 3 times I think like pays for it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can come in. Use
Well,
the
don't tell me
private-
it's like a gym membership, because then I won't show up. Like my gym membership.
It's like a gym membership, but you don't have to work out, and you can lay down. and
Yes,
relax.
you literally just sit there
I like
for
that.
45 minutes.
You can also bring a cocktail in with you if you wanted to.
Winter chicken dinner.
Yeah.
I'm in on that.
We have a lot of girls.
Do, like,
They'll
girl
have come and do girl
stays.
stays and with their families, moms.
Pre-wedding events,
Yes.
and we can
Bring them
get
mimosas
you champagne and everything.
and so we get into that avenue as
Yeah.
well.
So, do you guys get busier a certain time of year? Like right now, when you have a lot of the tourists here, a lot of the snowbirds, is this kind of a really busy time? We're in January. This will come out, I think, January the 21st or something. Is this busy? Like, is this when you guys are
We
cranking?
were crazy busy right around
to Christmas.
holiday. We had everyone walk-ins, just family members bringing in their college kids that are home for the weekend, or so we were insanely busy
nonstop.
Yes, and crazy. We've seen a little dip, but I think everyone sort of beachside right now we're seeing the little slowdown, but it's gonna
we expect it to
Yeah.
get really busy again.
Oh yeah.
So what have you guys done at Salt? You talked about bringing on the facials. You talked about bringing on the massages, adding rooms, rearranging rooms. What has that done for business? Has that been a big boon for business? Is business not really changed much?
It definitely has.
Yeah.
Obviously, adding these other modalities and services, so it's not just salt. We have people that come and they'll schedule a facial, a salt treatment, and then a massage. So it's somewhere where you go and you can just take care of yourself for the day, like a self-care day. You can go and do a class and then do a facial after, or get a massage. It's not just, we don't just have the salt rooms now. So
is that a common thing with halotherapy businesses, to have all of these things?
Yes.
I mean, you just went to a conference in September, you said?
So at the conference, there were we had almost, I want to say 500 business owners that had already had salt spas, or ones that are interested in opening them. But they had speakers from these different ones, and they have bed and breakfast ones, like out on a farm, that have salt rooms, and you go and you can do a yoga retreat.
That's going to be our next one.
Yeah.
Mom wants a bed and breakfast salt.
Yes, but it's becoming more and more popular for them to add on facials, massage. It's just more of like holistic ways that you can take care of yourself. So they'll add, there's so many, and it was crazy to think, like, there's very little that are just the salt spas now, or the salt caves. So
yeah, it seems like you're really limiting your ability to sell if this is the one thing you offer. I mean, what's the Joe Dirt? Like, we have snakes and sparklers. We don't have anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So you want the other things.
We're always open to new things too. Like, we're thinking about doing like kids' birthday parties. I'm gonna have my daughter's birthday party there. It's probably gonna be the first one. So we'll do stuff like that as well, or like bridal things. I do makeup there also, so we can like accommodate brides that want to have like their maybe bachelorette and they don't want to like go out and do something crazy. Maybe they just want to come relax and like massages and that kind of vibe instead.
So you talked about a halotherapy certificate, all right? And one of you is working on that. All right. So with this halotherapy certificate, what kind of information are they teaching you? How is that going to help the consumer? Talk to me about these modalities or these modules that you're doing, and what you're learning and how that helps.
So the ones that I've done so far, they started out as talking about the history, where it all started, sort of, the whole thing where it was the 1900s, the certain physician that came up with this idea that sort of sparked salt rooms and salt spas. And then it goes into certain aspects of the generators, like what goes into them, what temperature it needs to be. It's all very mathematical. Like, it can come down. We've had generators stop completely during summer because the humidity was so bad.
That's fun too. When it's just us there, like troubleshooting and being like, how do we fix the halo generator
it's
right now?
You have to have everything. The temperature, the air conditioner has to be a certain way. If it goes up any, like 1 degree, we have to, it's like crunch time. Like, it gets pretty bad. Like, it can stop the whole operation.
The salt can melt.
Yes, the salt melts. We have to have an exhaust that pulls the salt out after every session. If that gets clogged up or stops working, it just, it
can shut us down.
It can be a little messy.
I mean, it sounds like you're working in a science lab. Not
it kind of is.
Which is cool.
I mean, we have to keep our salt. So the powdered salt that we put in the room, we have to keep it in a crock pot. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
So the humidity, and there's no moisture in the salt, because if there is, it will not work.
Yep, we have the dehumidifier. There's all this
Yes.
like behind the scenes.
Man, you guys
stuff
are
that
Breaking
guys
Bad over here. This is wild. I had no clue that.
You think you just like go sit
Yes.
in this room,
And
but there's,
nobody
like, a
knows
lot
that, the
goes
behind the
into it.
scenes, but a lot goes into it. So that's sort of what we're learning as well. Like there's certain levels that you should have the machine on, or just, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's not just pumping salt into a room.
Yeah.
It's blowing my mind right now. I had no clue that, like, the humidity had to be the certain percent, the
Yeah.
temperature had to be
Oh,
the
blows
same.
my mind too.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you guys tackle that? You have a door opening and closing all the time. I mean,
and we're right on the beach, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really help. But we
Yeah.
we got a big like dehumidifier that we keep on. Right now,
That
with the
helps. Yeah,
temperature,
it's nice
it's
and
not
cool.
too bad. It's during summer where it
I
gets.
guess you feel it. Like,
Yeah, and you can
change
the
inside.
floor is like slippery, like it's crazy. Like the things that happen.
One thing that's funny is every time I go in there, we're going to talk about the little boutique you have on the side here in a
Yes.
second, but that's why I go in there all the time. So we'll talk about that. But you guys are always wearing socks.
Yes.
Yeah.
We wear no shoes.
Yep.
It's the best job ever.
Yeah.
So you
Just
can't
walk
wear
around
shoes in the salt room because it's
No.
full of salt, right?
No.
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
don't want to bring on the the
Yeah.
stuff in the bottom of
And
your
you
shoes with the
can
salt.
go in barefoot, but I mean the salt on the ground, so it's all Himalayan salt. The floor is Himalayan salt, like coarse salt,
Yeah.
and then the walls are salt. And it's antibacterial, antifungal, so you're good
So, yeah,
going
if
in
you
barefoot.
went in barefoot, you're not gonna.
We
like,
just
spread
don't want.
germs
Obviously,
and-
we're not gonna have everybody go in there
Sure.
barefoot. So
Yeah.
they always have
It
to wear
freaks.
clean
It would
socks.
freak people out if they saw other people in and out
Yeah.
barefoot.
All I know is we went in there for a podcast. We did a podcast with Susan Adams and
Yes.
Salt. I came out looking like Tony Montana. I mean, it was like I was white everywhere. I couldn't get the like.
We
I
go
was-
home with
oh, it was
layers
All the-
of
when
salt.
I get home, my daughter licks me. She's like, I'm like, okay, stop.
In between the toes, it's in my car, it's everywhere.
But what's wild is you didn't have the generators running. I mean, we were just literally in there.
Yeah, and you'll see it all day. We'd like sweep and dust all day, and there's just
Throughout
like,
the
a
day.
constant layer of salt.
Especially if we have all three rooms going at the same
It's, like,
time.
cloudy
It's
out
in
there.
the air. Like yeah.
So what's funny is I have kind of a little sinus issue. When I wake up in the morning, I've always got to blow my nose and so on and so forth. But for about 2 days after that, you didn't have the generators.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like this is clear. I'm not sure if it was just a mental thing where I was like, oh, I was in the salt room. Of course I'm going to feel better. Yeah, duh.
I'm cured.
But I'm pretty sure that helped.
Oh, we
Yeah,
hear
there
a
was-
ton of people that just walk in and they're like, they'll be there for a couple minutes talking about just scheduling an appointment or something, and they'll be like, oh, I'm already like breathing better. And it is because it's in the air. Like,
Well, that's how I ended up at Salt also. I don't know if we even ever discussed
I don't
this,
think so.
but I
Was going to get into how
Yeah.
you guys got into it, but go for it. Yeah, nice segue.
yeah.
I met Gail. I met her when I was doing hair. I've been a hairdresser for like 12 years. And I met her at another great place right by the beach, Oat Dry. And she was telling me how she owns the salt spa, and she gave me a free pass. She's like, you got to come in and check it out. So I just like had that in my back pocket, and then I wasn't feeling well. I was like super congested, couldn't breathe for days. I was like dying, and I was like, let's go try the salt thing. So me and my husband went. We went in one of the private rooms, and for the first time in like 3 days, I was like, I can breathe.
It was wild. Again, you guys didn't have those generators going, so it wasn't like I was getting the real
Yeah.
therapy.
Yes.
But I walked out, I could taste it, and it was like, this is going to be very disgusting, so close your ears. So, like, if I would, like that, like I would feel it go down. I had like
Yeah.
post-nasal drip
Yes.
of the salt,
Yes.
and like
And I
all of a
tell
sudden it was
people
clear.
Yeah.
all the time when they go in, even if they're just there for a relaxation, and we have a little spiel that we give everybody when you go in. But whatever your body's needing, even if you don't know that like something's going on in your body that you need to clear
Yeah.
out. Like the other day I was
It
in,
comes up.
not sick, 100% healthy. I go in for a session. I try to go in like once a week. And I'm just sitting there 45 minutes, and then I sit up and I'm just draining. Like it's just, and I like didn't know that I needed that. But
Yeah.
it like whatever you're needing, like you may need some sleep. We have people that fall asleep all the time. It will knock you out.
We have an 8-month-old. I'm going to send my wife in there so she can actually get some
Yes.
sleep.
We-
Yeah.
We've had to wake people up. Like it happens. Whatever you're needing, like it will help you.
It's like you said, whatever you're needing. It hits people differently.
Yes.
Like how she was saying, some people fall asleep, some people come out energized.
Mhm.
It like
Really?
depends
It'll
on
be
you
different
and the
every
day.
time you go in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
sometimes I'm like exhausted. Sometimes I'll go in before a workout and get like energized after.
Yeah.
I might want to go in after a workout to get
Yeah.
that rest and relaxation. Not that I'm working out too much. But all right, so you got into it because you met Gail, you were a hairdresser.
Yeah, so
Let's talk about that.
I met Gail and I tried it out, and then I just started going to Salt. And then I had decided I didn't really want to be doing hair anymore. I wanted to stay in the field, but I was always interested in like skincare and skin health. Especially after I turned 30, I was like, oh my God, okay, I need to know everything about skin. So it was just something I was always interested in. So I decided to go back to school and get some additional training in skincare. So I did that, and then after I did that and just like going to Salt and meeting Casey and Gail, we discussed doing facials there. And we were like, oh, Gail was like, why don't we like...
Mo is our
yeah,
facialist.
do like a facial room. And I was like, I would love that. So then we just set it up. We got our facial room going, and I do that there now.
Yeah.
And so, Casey, how did you end up there? Like, what were you doing beforehand? What got you into it?
So I was at a local gym here, Vero Fitness.
Holla!
Yes, shout out. For about 11 years. I just decided it was kind of just time to go in a different avenue. Obviously 32, like, you know, things change, and I was just looking for something different. Love my Vero Fitness family. I will always love them, but just looking for something different. And I had been a client at Salt. Like, I loved going there with my mom, like my sister. And then I had known the previous manager. I worked with her mom at Vero Fitness for 10 years.
Wow.
So she had known I was sort of, you know, looking for something different, and she had decided she was going to get an RV, sell their house, and move and just start traveling the world. And she contacted me one day, and she was like, it's the perfect fit. Like, it just sort of it felt right at the time, and it was the right direction, the right time. Everything sort of just fit. And I loved Gail. I've known Gail too for a few years now from the gym, and she's just an awesome person. Yeah, she's just amazing to work with, and I love being at Salt and being able to just bring relaxation and
Yeah, it's the best job ever.
changing people. Like, people come in.
You're making me want to go work there. Like,
well, I mean, you really cannot
retirement
complain.
job. I'm like, oh yeah, I retired from hair, and now I just like work at Salt. My life is so relaxing.
sorry, Ashley, Andy, we're selling Vero Beach social media. It's gone. I'm working with Salt.
And I work, like, we have Mo, obviously, she does our facials. We have Gail who owns it, so we work close with them. And we have one of our other girls, Chloe, and then we have all our massage therapists. It's just a great group of women.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I can't complain about anything, so.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
where
you go to work, and it's a place where just like everyone is happy and in a good mood. Like, no one's ever...
Even if they do. Okay,
Yeah.
so some people
Even if
come
they come
in.
in.
Well, I want to hear about the assholes who come in and complain about it. Yeah, I'm in on that.
Nobody complains.
Jerry Springer
but
time. Let's
you
go.
can come in a bad mood, but everyone is leaving in a good mood.
We've had a father come in who, you know, had his earpiece connected to his ear the entire time he was in there. And I was like, hey, you should take a little break from your phone. It's just 45 minutes. Try to put it in the locker, you know. He came out just honestly a different person. Like, you could tell he was a different person. And I didn't even know he was a father at the time. And then all of his kids are sitting right by the door waiting for him to come out. And you're like, he had just 45 minutes. And you could tell he went in and he came out just totally relaxed. And it's so amazing to see that, and just people coming in with issues like that they are trying to.
Yeah, that too. Like, it's good for your overall health, but if you're someone who's experiencing any kind of issue, like you have that sinus issue or allergies or anything like that, then you really notice the benefits more. You feel it like healing you.
Yeah.
So you talked about how you got into it. And then you said there's another girl that works in massage therapists. How many employees are there?
Massage therapists.
So it's basically me, Mo, and then Chloe, who runs like the front
desk.
the front desk. And then
Okay.
we have our group of massage therapists that we bring in for our massages. So we have a great
and
group.
Chloe is also our new eyebrow specialist.
Yes, she's amazing.
You guys do eyebrows?
Yes,
Oh
she
my
does
God.
eyebrow
Waxing.
waxing, tinting,
She's-
lash tints, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Also,
That seems like a very specific thing. Is that like
It
another
is.
salt?
It
Like
is a very-
okay.
It is.
she's an esthetician, so she can do facials.
Like I
and
only do
everything
bangs.
as well.
Like I don't do
But,
anything
like,
else, but I only do bangs.
She's
She is
very
killer
good at it.
eyebrows.
Okay.
So like eyebrows are her jam.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you got an eyebrow person, you got a facial person.
Yes.
We're about to have a halotherapy master's degree person.
Yes.
I don't know, certificate. All right. And then massage therapist.
And then
So let's
massage-
talk about the little boutique in the front. This is self-serving. My wife owns Peach House
Yes,
Boutique, and she has some of her
yes.
stuff there. And again, that's why I'm in there all the time. Is I'm like, Casey, come on, you gotta buy some more of my wife's shit. Come on. So talk about the boutique. What do you have there? What do you offer?
That's
People buy
awesome,
stuff from
too.
that.
Yes.
People
so
come in shopping all the
Oh, yeah.
time.
it started out as like and this is like with a lot of salt spas, they have the salt lamps and a lot of different other salt products. Salt lamps, they're there, we have them to sell, but
They're
not
pretty.
like they're pretty, they don't give
They're not functional. Is that what you're
no
saying?
and
Not really?
one of the things is
That
people
Casey
will-
learned in
Oh, we're about to get educated.
that I learned that
People
I
will
try
tell you this is a lie.
Yes, we will always be honest, and it's one of the major things. This is what I mean with the Salt Therapy Association. Is they'll go in and they'll read your website. They'll see they want to know what you're telling people. They want to make sure that everyone's telling the correct information. And what we learned is a lot of people will tell you those pretty little salt lamps will give off negative ions. They'll clean the air out. They'll do all this wonderful stuff.
Which will give you like benefits kind of like being in the salt room.
Yes, but it doesn't.
don't.
It's there for
They're just
decoration.
Don't buy that.
So no.
Don't buy that
Well, you
shit.
can still buy them for us because they're gorgeous.
Oh,
Yes.
they're pretty. Yeah, buy them for decoration.
And like
For home
obviously
decor.
like for anxiety and like calmness, some of those things work for people. So as one thing that it does
But it
do.
won't purify your
Your air
airways.
or no. So there's certain things that
All
but
right.
so anyways, back to the shop.
Yeah, back to the Peach House Boutique
We
stuff.
try to bring in, so we have obviously, we have Peach House boutique stuff. We brought in
Super
that,
cute.
some super really cute like bags and bracelets, and we get a lot of beachside people that come in. They're downtown shopping, and they'll come in just to shop. And so we try to bring in new products. We have a bunch of stuff from Hotsy Totsy, the local.
Place is great. We actually were
Yeah.
just by there the other day, and my wife's like, "Oh my god, they have a storefront now. We gotta
Yes.
go in.
Yeah.
All right, have fun."
But I think what's nice about our little boutique is like most of the stuff that we have is like local, like locally
Yes.
made
Mhm.
things.
Papa
which
Bee's
we like to
honey. We do
support.
the tea.
Wayne Dickerson.
Wayne and Dickerson tea. So we try to keep everything.
Yulin Jade skincare line. She's local.
Yes.
She's been around in the community forever. Everyone knows Yulin.
Mhm.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we try to keep it all local
And support each other.
yes.
So you have the boutique, you have the rooms, the group room, 3 personal rooms.
Two.
Two personal rooms, a group room.
Mhm.
You're about to be an expert. You do the facials. Someone else does eyebrows.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your marketing. So you guys have a pretty active Facebook and Instagram page, more so Instagram.
Yes.
I'm guessing you
Yeah.
run that.
No.
you run
all do
Everybody
it.
kind of
So-
taps in.
But we just made Chloe
Yeah.
our Instagram girl. The
Oh,
eyebrow girl is
okay.
the Instagram girl.
All right.
But
So she
we're-
does eyebrows and
And
Instagram, and that's it.
Instagram.
I
That's all we
was
do.
doing it for a while, and we all have
We
access
all-
to it.
Yeah, we all
So
pitch in.
Monique and Chloe, they come up with a bunch of facial videos, and they'll sit in there.
Yeah, if like we have a day off, me and Chloe will go in and be like, okay, let's like make a video today.
Love it. Preaching to the
Yes,
choir. I love the
yeah.
content. I mean, if you can go
I
in
love
and you can
yours.
create.
I'm like, we need your quality video. I'm like, how do I do that?
You hire a bunch of people that know what they're
Yes,
doing, and then you
yeah.
buy a whole bunch of equipment.
We gotta talk about
And there's Andy back there like,
We gotta talk about
Yeah,
that. We need
I was talking about selling the business. Andy's just going to leave. He's just going to go work for them. No, I love the idea of you shooting videos and posting. I mean, you guys post multiple times a day.
We try.
Which is
Well,
awesome.
there's so much. So, and this is what happened at the gym too. So, I'm very familiar. I did the marketing over there too. There's so many different services that you can't just be posting. It's hard to just post once a day and just we have so much going on and so much that we would need to get out there that it's not just about the salt spa. Like, you can't just post a picture of someone in the salt room, there's a lot to get out there and promote. So it does, take a little.
Yeah. I feel like every day someone's like, oh my God, I didn't know you guys had this or that. Or like, I'm going to book this because I didn't know you did that.
But they saw it on the Instagram page.
Yeah.
Or the Facebook page.
So yeah, Instagram has been crazy. Like I said, I've been a hairdresser for like 12 years and Instagram never really did anything for me in terms of like getting clients for hair. Our Instagram, I get messages like all the time. That's how I got most of my clients, that they'll be like, oh my God, I saw you on Instagram. That's how Brittany, who owns this house that we're in, found us on Instagram, and she just messaged me. We didn't know each other, and I got to know her from Instagram, and now she's a regular client.
She's one of our favorite
one of our best clients.
I will say, I asked you guys, I saw you at Collab at an event.
Yes.
And I said, hey, I want to have you guys on a podcast. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. We can just do it here. And then I came back into Salt. And I said, all right, I'm ready to schedule this thing. We're shooting our next batch of podcasts. Where do you want to do? Do you want me to get in touch with Collab? I think that's what I said. And Casey's like, oh, wait a minute. Mo's got this place. And I think we want to do it there. And it was here, the Row House. Yeah. So I got in touch with Brittany through the Row House. And this place is really freaking cool.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I want to stay here.
Cute. I know. I live like 5 minutes away.
Me too.
We'll be here till tomorrow.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, you keep bringing me beers. I'm not leaving. I'm just letting you know.
She's a wonderful host.
Yeah, I've never had somebody message me like, oh, okay, are you going to have the podcast here? What kind of libations would you like? I'm like, I don't know. Usually I get water. I bring my own. Like, you got sailfish for me? All right, cool. I'll hang. Yeah. So, all right. So Instagram has really worked out pretty well for you guys. Are you guys advertising it all through Facebook, Instagram?
So, yeah. Okay. So we just started doing that.
Perfect.
We were doing the farmer's market, and we just found that it just wasn't doing what we intended it for. The farmer's market, you go and you get your produce, and you don't really, it's not really informational, or you're not there to learn about.
Get it set up
we'd get people once in a while that would walk up to the spa after and ask questions.
Yeah. But then we decided to start putting that and change our budget and sort of move more into Facebook ads and Instagram ads,
which
and
sort of work.
Yeah, well. And it's a process to see what works and what doesn't. So
preach to the choir. You know how it is. This podcast could go for 5 more hours if we keep talking about this.
Yeah. But and it's new for me. It's new for us. So we're just trying to try some different things and see what happens. But
well, I'm thrilled that Instagram's working out for you guys, that Facebook's working out for you guys, that you're advertising on there. I mean, that's really the value in social media. And I'm an evangelist basically for Facebook and Instagram ads, but I try to tell people all the time, hey, you could post all day, but all you're doing is hitting the people that know who you are already. Right. So the advertising part should be huge. I'm glad you're getting Instagram messages from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that's going well.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we talked about the rooms, we talked about the boutique, we talked about your backgrounds and who works there, what services you offer, where you're located. If I want to come get a halo, I was going to say salt therapy, but I want to be fancy. If I want to get a halo therapy, how do I do that? Do I walk in? Can I book online? Do I call? What do I do?
Call.
Yeah, you can walk in. Sometimes we can do walk-ins. We do suggest right now, just because it is kind of so busy. We want to make sure there's a room available for you.
If we have something available, we'll get you in. But
So you make a reservation.
Give us a call. You can call. Make us an appointment. You can shoot us an Instagram, Facebook message. We'll also respond to that.
All right. What's the phone number? How do I call you guys?
772-213-8912.
All right.
And then,
And on Insta, you are at Salt Vero?
Yep.
Salt, any dashes, hyphens, underscores?
Nope, just Salt Vero.
Salt Vero.
And then our website is saltvero.com. So
keeping it consistent.
Yes.
I like it. I don't have anything else that I want to talk about, but this is a podcast. You go on as long as you want. I got beer. You guys have champagne.
Wow.
Andy's over there. He's willing to hook us up. So
I still have mine.
Yeah.
The point where we do shots.
Shots? Not yet, Andy. I've been slow playing it here. I'm trying to mind my P's and Q's.
Salt that we need people to know.
Andy needs one.
I'm gonna grab one for myself then.
What about if we talked about what it's good for? Did we say
she's had some champagne.
Yeah. What ailments?
We talked a little bit about that.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, not much though. You can
check in.
No, keep going.
If we
Tell me more.
listed everything, I don't know.
So okay.
I'm picturing all the flyers that we have when you walk in, all the pamphlets.
So we didn't. really go into that.
Let's hear it.
So what salt therapy can help with, so basically the salt, it gets ground up into such small particles that when you do go in the room, you can breathe it in. It goes in, sort of acts like a sponge, and it'll absorb allergens, toxins, like all the bad stuff that you got going on there. If you have like postnasal drip, I know a lot of people are dealing with that right now. It goes in and it dries that up in there. But then it also just loosens up, if you got mucus going on, if you got sinus issues, allergies. It's good for headaches. It's good for inflammation, so soreness. It'll help you sleep better at night. Snoring, it's one of the big things too.
Oh, my wife's gonna get on me going. I snore so bad.
Oh, you better come in then.
There's such different.
What about what you learned about how it benefits athletes?
Okay.
So, I'm an athlete. Let's go.
Me too.
One of the owners at the conference, who was a speaker, she owned one. I want to say it was in Louisiana, and I'm not very football, I don't know.
The Saints? They're in New Orleans?
Possibly. It was
a college? LSU?
No, it was NFL. So
Saints.
there's an NFL team that goes to her salt spa, and they swear by it if they don't go in for salt sessions before their games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I can't remember which one.
Somewhere
south.
Louisiana. Saints.
Probably but it's very big for athletes because it helps your breathing. It helps your endurance.
So if you're breathing
so
better,
MMA fighters, boxers.
Yes. I'm trying to get
all
my jiu-jitsu people in.
Yeah,
Hello.
we've had some boxers come in. MMA.
Don't mess with Mo.
Yeah. Don't mess with Mo.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Jiu-jitsu. All right.
No, so we've brought some in to sort of
test it out.
Yeah, test it out before a fight or something. So we're trying to do.
Yeah. And didn't you say that they started testing on horses?
Yeah. So salt therapy, there's not a lot that's official yet that we can say because they haven't had human trials, clinical studies. So they've started up at UF, and it's a big horse therapy or rehabilitation.
Well, yeah, Ocala's right next to Gainesville.
Yeah.
Ocala's one of the biggest horse communities in the world.
So they started doing a horse study with salt therapy up there. So once it sort of kicks off with horses, then it'll get into more of the human side, and then we'll be able to.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me you're going to have Kentucky Derby horses coming into salt.
Oh no!
And checking it out.
Well,
veterinarians use it as well.
Yeah.
A lot of places. There's pulmonologists that are already starting to put little ones in their offices. It's growing.
Not the lamps, though.
No. They say the next 5 to 10 years, salt therapy is really going to be a big, addition to more holistic medical and
Right. So what else?
There's so much that you can talk about.
All right. So the lungs, postnasal drip.
Yes.
Pretty much any issue where it helps you breathe better, snoring.
We have kids that come in.
Yeah.
We have infants with croup.
Oh, okay.
It helps with congestion
and also your skin. It's great for your skin if you have eczema, psoriasis, acne, anything like that. It is beneficial.
My cheeks are getting a little rosy. I think it's from the beer, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Salt can't help it. Right.
So it's beneficial to do, if you're doing a facial, we include a little complimentary salt treatment with each facial, and that just helps improve your results.
All right. The stage is yours. You keep talking. Whatever else you want to talk about.
There's just so much that you don't think about.
I know.
But there's a lot that we can go into.
Well, if you want to learn more,
yes.
saltvero.com.
Come see us.
At Salt Vero on Instagram.
Yes.
Salt Vero on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
What's the address again?
1020 Easter Lily Lane, 32963.
Right. And the phone number?
772-213-8912.
You aced the quiz. That's all I got. I think we're done.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you to the Row House.
Thank you.
For being a great host.
Yeah, great host.
All right. Bye.